Hello everyone, welcome. Last night was the first handovers of the Cybertruck. So we've been talking about it quite a lot in the office. Myself, Serge, Joe, and Gints behind the camera there. So we're just going to share some of our thoughts and feedback. Tell me, Serge, in a moment then what statistics we know. And do we think it's ever going to come to the UK? I've got some opinion on that. So let's have some numbers about the truck first, especially when we think about is it going to come to the UK. In the US, the scale of a pickup truck is vastly different to what our large pickup trucks are here. Yep. So just run some facts and figures about the Cybertruck to me first. And this was the first customer handovers last night, wasn't it? How many did they hand over in the end?
I think about 50, but probably 10 with Elon there.
Yeah, I saw 10 with Elon Musk and he just sort of walked off. And imagine if you're number 11.
Yeah.
you can. All right, see you later. We'll just get our truck anyway. Anyway, it's in production. It's starting to be handed over in America. But for scale, let's have a look at some numbers. What's the sort of size, weight, width, everything like that?
Well, so on the size, the length is 223.7 inch, which is...
We're metric here for some stuff and imperial for other. Yeah, hard one to explain. It's like 5.5 meters long though, I think, isn't it?
Yes, 5.6 meters.
Yeah, so about the same as a long wheelbase Mercedes S-Class. Is that about right, Gints?
S-Class is just a tiny bit shorter.
A bit shorter, yeah, so it's a long thing.
And it's 2.4 meters wide.
Which is over 7 foot wide, isn't it? Yeah. Which isn't going to be very good for our 6'6" width restrictions that we have in quite a lot of places in the UK, in London, and well, even in Poole here, there's places as well. So the sheer width just isn't going to fit through many width restrictions. I mean, a Tesla Model X kind of scrapes through. You'd probably scrape both alloys and you can just about get it through. That's big enough, but then this is significantly bigger. Yeah. Okay, the main one, weight.
Weight is, from what we've worked it out, is 3.1 tons. So
typically in the UK, you have a driving licence that allows you to drive up to 3.5 tons, unless you then go for an HGV licence, or unless you're old enough like me, when you took your test, you had a licence that allows you 7.5 tons. So if it's not loaded and no one in it, some people just about scrape through that, maybe one passenger. But if you have a commercial vehicle or electric vehicle, like electric vans now, they've made an allowance so you can have 4.25 tons. Yep. So in that case, you've got, okay, roughly speaking, about a ton to play with, which is about what you'd normally see for a commercial vehicle to have to count as a commercial vehicle. So in theory, it should count as a commercial vehicle. You can carry about a ton, depending on how many people you have in the truck. Mm-hmm. That's probably legitimate. Right, what models, are they talking about? You've got standard, long, and a beast?
Yeah, so there's a rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and Cyber Beast, which is probably the performance version. Rear-wheel drive, 49,890.
Yep.
Available in 2025. All-wheel drive is 68,890.
Okay, $70,000. Yeah.
And the Cyber Beast is $96,390.
Okay. Well, let's take the mid-range. So, what's 70,000 US dollars in Great British pounds? It's going to be about 55,000.
So they're probably going to just make it 68,000.
Here it's going to be more, yeah. Okay.
If it comes.
So this is it. Is it going to ever come to the UK? Because there's people in the UK with reservations on. I'm not one of them. I've always been sceptical. This just isn't going to happen. It was on, then it was not on, then it might be on. What's the current take? What's the latest?
On the GB side, if you look now for the versions that they have, only on the rear-wheel drive one, it says coming 2025. Mm-hmm. It doesn't say available in UK 2025, but it says coming 2025. And it's the same for the rest of Europe.
Can you go on the UK website at the moment and place a reservation?
No.
Right.
No, you can.
Because you used to be able to. Then
updates,
you used to be able to. Then they stopped that, didn't they? So. Yeah. So let's get on to some of the technical specs in terms of manufacturing technology in it, but and it's bulletproof and all this kind of stuff. But do you think it's going to come to the UK?
Well, yeah, it's so wide. I don't know how, unless they make it smaller somehow.
Yeah. And how it works with licensing. Since they put the commercial license for electric up to 4.25, maybe there's a bit more scope for it, but the sheer size of it is going to be a problem in a number of places.
So unless they come up with a smaller version.
We don't normally have left-hand drive cars, and Tesla sell left-hand drive cars here now, so you're sat on the wrong side of the, side of the car, but... So you never know.
It does have steer-by-wire, which should make it easier to
make a right-hand drive, in theory, if they bother. Be interested. Okay, Let us know in your comments below if you think it's actually going to make it to the European and UK market. It will be interesting. I guess if it gets legislation, Tesla are going to make it available. It's up to people to decide whether or not it's going to fit in their car park, on their driveway, down the street in London and such like. But imagine these clogging up the streets of London. Imagine people that moan about EVs being heavy when they're not really much heavier than anything else, and certainly not heavier than Range Rovers, then saying about these. And anyway, it's another argument. Right, okay, a couple of videos that are quite memorable that Tesla released. One is shooting the side of the truck with various firearms. Okay, so it's semi-bulletproof or fairly bulletproof.
So they didn't intend to make it bulletproof, but because of that toughened steel they use, it is bulletproof. Probably for certain kinds of guns, not everything, but
Okay, so we've got this bulletproof truck.
There's no penetration from those guns that they
so it's a pretty impressive test, to be fair, but okay. It's going to be a weird thing to have something this heavy duty. Then it's quicker than a drag strip towing a Porsche than a Porsche.
Yes.
Which I think has caused a number of keyboard warriors on social media
upset
the Porsche fans and such like. Okay, fair enough. The manufacturer castings, it's got some pretty big castings going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, so the frame, I think it's two cast. I didn't really get that from the video yesterday, but it's two pieces and welded together.
Yeah, so I've seen some shots with the whole rear. It's like a really massive casting. And the front, and it looks like the seat's going to attach to the battery, so it's probably partly structural battery pack that gets lifted up inside.
Which is what they were saying a while ago when they're trying to simplify the production.
Is it massive 20-inch wheels, massive tyres that are hard to get a scale of, especially for us here, I think. I don't really like those covers they put on the wheels, by the way. What's the deal with them? Why them?
I guess same for efficiency like the Model 3s, but
I don't know. I don't like the look of those. It's a strange thing, isn't it? It's still hard. I remember when it was first unveiled years ago, and it's still hard to get your head around that's an actual now thing.
Yeah.
And imagine inside just having that dashboard being so massive and the windscreen so far away. It's going to be really hard to kind of get a steer on driving this thing, especially when it's then so big and wide. I just can't see it in the UK. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my opinion. Let's have some numbers then. So let's go to Cyber Beast, the fast one. Is it the same drivetrain as the Plaid, and what's the 0 to 60?
Well, so it's got a dual motor on the back, but it's in the same
sort of housing.
Frame. Yes. Yeah. So it's got torque vectoring, and supposed to do 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds.
2.6 for a thing over 3 tons.
Yeah.
It's a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the sort of medium, long range?
That's 4.1 seconds, 0 to 60.
Yeah, it's still called down to the standard.
And the standard is 6.5 seconds.
Okay, yeah. 112 miles an hour top speed, going upwards, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, 112, towing 7,500 pounds.
We've got to talk about batteries.
Yeah, they didn't say battery size, but the rumors are that it's about 123 kilowatts.
Starting from 123 kilowatt battery size, kilowatt hour?
Probably that's the smallest one. And then up to 200 and a bit for the all-wheel drive and the beast mode.
200 kilowatt hour battery pack potentially. 400 volt, or are they going to 800 volt?
I think it is. I think it's same like the Semi, which is 900 or something like close to 1,000.
Right.
volts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to up the game there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what they were talking about. They didn't confirm that. So
and we got mega chargers, not superchargers. Will possibly roll out.
Maybe.
So if you're towing and using a lot of energy,
the
thing is, I really want an electric pickup truck. We have an old pickup truck here that we use when we have to use a pickup truck and tow a heavy trailer because there just isn't an option available at the moment. I have put a reservation in for the Fisker Alaska, which just looks like a more sensibly proportioned vehicle, but we'll see when that materialises as well.
Hopefully next year.
So, again, double glazing, sort of pretty...
acoustic glass like the Highland.
But not particularly bulletproof. Did they not throw any metal?
Shatterproof.
They didn't throw metal balls at it.
No,
they kind of given up
baseball.
on. Right. Okay.
Nothing happened, obviously.
Shatterproof, so you can hit it pretty hard. It shouldn't break and this kind of stuff. the biggest windscreen wiper on a domestic vehicle.
on
I
a
think,
car,
yeah, massive wiper blade, one single wiper.
One single wiper.
Yeah, which kind of nice and easy, isn't it? But
It wipes pretty well.
move that across to the other side when you get to the other side. That makes sense.
It's weird when you see it moving. It's like.
It's going to be a big. How's it go? It's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's just. Yeah, it blows my mind what this thing is. It's crazy. I quite like the idea of having obviously the electric cover and that kind of stuff at the back. I like the idea of the Fisker where then the bulkhead actually can move, and this one seems to have a fixed rear glass even. It doesn't even have a lowering rear glass. It's glass roof, glass back, and a fixed load bed area.
Yeah.
Gins was saying earlier, vehicle to load.
Yes. Finally.
Yeah. What's the output again? She said 11 kilowatt, did you? 11.5 kilowatt vehicle to load. Okay, first time Tesla's brought that in, I think, isn't it? Okay. It's got some numbers to it, isn't it, this thing?
Yeah, it's got some decent storage under the boot floor.
Yeah.
Tonneau,
Yeah.
as it's called. And also a pretty big frunk as well.
Yeah, big
With
front,
outlets.
storage under the bed floor, and then obviously the bed does cover as well.
Yeah.
I think the front space is really handy on pickup trucks. I mean, pickup trucks aren't that as common here as they are in the States, but one problem you've got when you've got a pickup truck is you can't really leave stuff in the back. It slides around, goes to places you can't reach it, so you put it all in the back seats and stuff like that. So when you see these pickup trucks, electric pickup trucks with front storage, including the Ford F-150 Lightning, it's got a huge front, isn't it? It's massive. Then, that's really handy just for putting your normal grocery shopping and stuff like that in.
And the first powered frunk this time.
Right, okay. This is an official powered front, yeah. Okay. It's heavier than a Ford F-150 Lightning. I don't know enough stats about the F-150. I mean, we have been up next to an F-150 Lightning. We don't officially have them in this country, but there was one at an event. And that, to us, kind of blew us all away, didn't it?
Yes,
Again,
it's
anyone,
a pretty big car. Actually,
to us in England, that was just completely out of scale to anything we have as trucks, So.
Actually, the Ford F-150 is slightly longer than the Cybertruck.
Righto, okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember getting the back of that F-150 again? Sort of front seat, loads of room, back, you're lounging out as well, and then you've got this huge load bed. It's just unreal.
Oh, yeah, so it is heavier than the F-150.
Yeah.
F-150 is 2,900 kilograms.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm surprised it's not even heavier than that size of the thing.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. Your steering wheel as well.
Yeah.
There's kind of
not
a yoke, but not.
Yeah.
What is it? Halfway in between?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Probably better a bit than the yoke.
Yeah.
It's easier to turn, and I guess
Do you think they're going to be putting that instead of yoke as a third wheel option? I don't know. On the SX,
maybe.
whatever.
But because it's got steer by wire, it should be really easy to turn. So you might just do like lock to lock like this
true,
when it's well, not like this, but like that.
Yeah.
It's
going to be so good off road. I've been saying for years, electric vehicles off road are amazing. Just how you can do torque vectoring, split the power, control the traction really precisely.
Yeah.
And then you've got more scope for suspension travel potentially because you've got leaving less room in an engine bay for engines, so you can have more suspension movement potentially. Be interesting to see what this has got.
Because it's obviously a flat floor.
Nice flat floor. Yeah,
17 inches clear.
Of proper clearance.
Up to 17 inches.
Yeah. Four-wheel steering.
Four-wheel steering, which is apparently better than a Model S.
Yeah.
I like the turning angle.
Yeah.
What else did they say?
Oh, imagine taking this thing off road. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to drive the Rivian off road, and already there you can see just how the electric motors can control traction much more precisely than any combustion engine. It just makes mincemeat of anything. Like it just crawls over anything. It's great. The trouble is it's heavy, which affects it in some cases. But yeah, just a phenomenal thing. This is quite a bit bigger than a Rivian, I assume, because the Rivian doesn't seem to be anywhere near the scale of it. So, again, we don't get the Rivian here. Maybe one day we will.
I think it's maybe slightly bigger than the Rivian.
Yeah, I think so, because if it's in line with the F-150, then it's bigger than the Rivian's quite a lot smaller than F-150, isn't it? Because when we saw the Rivian, and I've driven one as well, but like that to me is feasible in the UK, and that's the size that I picture the Fisker Alaska being. You go, okay, it's going to be big, but it's going to work here. I think they can make it happen, apart from a few width restrictions and a few car parks and stuff. But you only go to F-150 and Cybertruck size, it's another level. It's going to be a lot.
Speaking of the Rivian, it is not, in terms of range, is not any better. It's kind of the same level. Maybe the Rivian has a bit more. So the all-wheel drive is 340 miles, but you can add a battery, a range extender.
Yeah, this range. Because I saw this term range extender. So I don't think BMW i3 there's a petrol engine in there. It's an extra battery pack that you can put in the bed.
Yes, somebody said it's probably about 45 kilowatts battery that it's installed separately.
Okay,
it gives you up to 470 plus miles.
Yeah.
With that one.
I wonder how heavy that is. It's something that a couple of people could slide in and out or something like that. So you don't have to have it unless you put it in the garage and oik it in or something like that. I don't know.
Or maybe they're going to offer it as a rental. You just hire it when you need it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's quite a thing, isn't it? So I mean, we were talking about it earlier. It's a fascinating vehicle. So put down in the comments below what you think about it. What do you think will be the pros, cons? Will it ever come to Europe? What do you like about it? What don't you like? I mean, pedestrian crash safety, not brilliant.
Yeah,
although you don't want to get hit by many things. But, I'm sure that anyone inside the truck's going to be fine, but pedestrian safety, so that'd be interesting. Again, how that works. One thing we were talking about earlier, actually, was about the body panels.
Yes.
They can quite easily kind of be removed and replaced.
Yeah. And they were saying that it's easy to replace because they just clip in and bolt on or something like that. So it'd be easy to just replace them. Probably very hard to fix one of those panels because it's so
but if you can replace them quite easily, and Gins was saying that then it won't take long until people bring out almost like body kits. You take your panel off, bolt on something else with different colours, shapes, whatever. So there's going to be loads of incarnations of Cybertruck, loads being wrapped, I think, as well. So
and Tesla's going to offer a wrapping service as well.
Right.
Some coloured PPF.
Matrix headlights I read somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Matt Watson was saying that. Be interesting.
That'd be good. Tesla's been so far behind on headlight technology so far, so that'd be good to see. Headlight technology in Europe, like with the Porsche, Audis, way ahead of what anything Tesla's ever had so far.
Lots of accessories as well. You got the light bar if you wanted, the one from the launch.
You'd have to, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah.
Even if you don't need it, you're going to have it. It's going to be the amount of Land Rover Defenders that have those boxes on the side. Not many people need them. They're on there.
Well, if you go on their shop now, a lot of the accessories are already sold out.
Really?
Yeah, in the first few
People
days.
pre-buying them, okay. Right, well, we can't talk for ages. We covered most of the basic facts there.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So that's it, Tesla Cybertruck. Let us know in the comments below what you think. There's a few of our thoughts. Thank you for watching. See you in another video very soon.